purpose of rat lines is to help manufacturers and facilities identify if they have a rodent problem. Rat lines are typically applied in lighter colors to help distinguish rodent evidence and are installed at the base of the wall where rodents will most likely travel. The PPEs for rat lines are knee pads and gloves. The equipment required to install the rat lines are FC Daimonic caulk, a spatula, grinding stone, chalk line, tape, a level, laminate roller, heat gun, paintbrush, and chip brush. The first step is to seal and clean the base of the floor. Brush away any dirt or debris and then spray the floor with denatured alcohol and wipe clean. After cleaning the floor, the installers will caulk the cove to seal the gap where the floor meets the wall. Using the FC Daimonic caulk, pump a bead of caulk along the wall and floor. Then, the installer will use the spatula to remove the excess caulk and shape it into a cove. Spray the remaining caulk with denatured alcohol and gently slick the edges of the caulk against the wall and floor for a smooth transition. After caulking the cove, use the grinding stone to clean and remove any debris from the wall that may affect adhesion. The second step is to mark the wall and floor. For this install, the owner requested that the rat line go as high as the first CMU block. Using duct tape, mark the top of the CMU block. Sealing the tape will prevent the rat line from bleeding underneath the tape. The installers will need to use a paint that matches the existing color of the wall. Using a chip brush, apply the paint against the tape and the wall. Next, mark the floor. Typically, rat lines extend 18 inches onto the floor. Use a chalk line to indicate where the duct tape should be placed onto the floor. Then, apply the duct tape along the chalk line. A laminate roller is a practical tool that will help press tape onto a textured floor for a more complete seal. Tape without laminate rolling isn't sealed as well as tape that has received the laminate rolling. It is good practice to check the straightness of the duct tape with a level. The third step is to paint the rat line. The material used to paint the rat line is a cementitious aliphatic urethane. It is made of 3 parts, a resin, a hardener, and an aggregate. Prior to mixing, it is good practice to read the technical data sheet for product description, product limitations, product storage recommendations, and application method. As stated on the lid, it is important to mix the resin and aggregate first and then mix in the hardener. Pour the resin into a bucket. Then dump the aggregate into the bucket. And thoroughly mix for 45 seconds. Then pour the hardener into the bucket. And mix for an additional 45 seconds. The first coat of cementitious aliphatic urethane will be applied to the floor and wall simultaneously. Roll the material close to the tape without touching the tape. Use a chip brush to push the material into the crevices and valleys in the floor and in the CMU. When applying the second coat, first paint the wall. Using a chip brush, apply a heavy second coat of cementitious aliphatic urethane onto the wall, ensuring that all the grooves and valleys are coated. Then, apply the material over the sealed tape. Immediately after applying the material over the sealed tape, remove the tape from the wall for a straight line. Then, paint the floor. Using a roller, apply a second coat of cementitious aliphatic urethane to the floor without touching the edge of the tape. After applying the second coat, roll the material over the tape. And using a chip brush, add another coat of cementitious aliphatic urethane over the edge of the tape. And immediately after applying the final coat of cementitious aliphatic urethane, pull the tape from the floor for a straight line. Rat lines are practical and aesthetic additions that help improve sanitation by identifying potential rodent problems within a facility.